I'm looking in the mirror. It's a mirror I look into every day, and on this day, it's not wrapping me up in one of its warm hugs that I imagine it saves for the truly self-confident. My 6-year-old daughter, Shayla, sneaks up behind me and watches me put on my makeup. She turns to me and says, "Mommy, I think you're beautiful. When I grow up, I want to look in the mirror and look just like you." And I look at my daughter and I think to myself, oh, hell no. Is that weird? After all, isn't it kind of great that my daughter wants to be like her mommy? This should fill me up with some kind of gooey, warm, something kind of joy. Instead, hearing my daughter use the words mommy and mirror in the same sentence scares the holy crap out of me. Because in my world, me plus mirror equals pure dysfunction. I'm a 38-year-old woman who has had a very hard time accepting myself in the mirror. Contentment has rarely been an option. I have viewed my mirrors as unforgiving, unyielding, beyond empathy. I really hated the mirrors in my life, not to mention their equally detestable cousin, the fluorescent light. The stepmother in Snow White kills me with all her mirror, mirror on the wall shit. I never had to ask my mirror anything. It told me very clearly without having to ask any sing-songy question. Ultimately, what I always heard it saying was that I was too wrong, too not enough. So I'm 38 now, 365 days in a year. That's almost 14,000 days. Almost 14,000 days of looking in the mirror and not once, not even once saying, "Damn girl, you are perfect just the way you are." Simple words, I am enough. I never said it once. I am enough. Why is this so hard? Sure, I have good days, but in the back of my mind, there is always a nagging thought. Just another 10 pounds. Oh Lord, why did I cut my bangs? Seriously. Just another 5 more pounds. Never enough. After the birth of my children, like most mothers, I was exhausted. My 2 children had both left their marks on my heart, but they had also left their marks all over my body, everywhere it seemed. I felt as deflated as my once perky breasts. I was struggling from Lyme's disease and depression, but I didn't know that. All I knew was that I wanted to be happy, complete, better, you know, enough. And so it seemed only natural that I would schedule an appointment with a plastic surgeon. In my completely rational and balanced state of mind, I decided a plastic surgeon could help my mirror like me again, and then maybe, just maybe, I would like me again. I somehow found myself standing in front of this plastic surgeon and allowed him to tell me how I was going to get happy, complete, and a whole lot better. Enough. With a big black magic marker, he showed me how he was going to do it. I stood there and watched him outline with the cold tip of the marker all of the areas of my body that were fixable. Anything that was too fat, too small, too saggy, too wrong, too not enough. And somehow, in this big mess of confusion and magic marker and depression and being unkind to myself, less than a month later, I went under the knife. Many knives, to be frank. You see, my friends, I thought the solution to my too small, too saggy, too wrong, too not enough was what is popularly called a mommy makeover. Yeah. See these? My somewhat flat stomach, we just went to Mexico, sorry. Oh yeah, it's not just crunches. And while I looked like a trauma victim for the first few months when everything started to heal up pretty nicely, it seemed only natural that I would seek out some love and light from none other than my mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. You're still not enough. Recently, I started to realize the problem. The truth is, it's never really been about the mirror. It's a hard lesson for me to come to terms with as I try to raise 2 balanced children with the knowledge that I am no role model in this very, very important aspect of life. How do I teach my daughter what beautiful really means when I have never allowed myself to acknowledge anything extraordinary or special about myself? How do I teach her that the reflection in the mirror, or the reflection from the eyes of society, are not what define her when it has so often been the way in which I define myself? How do I explain to her that one day she's not just going to inherit these? So I think, and I know, that the way to show her is by teaching her to love what she sees in the mirror, teaching her to embrace it, and to let her know that I am proud of what I see, of what I am, because I am so much more than just enough.